Hey everyone, Jake here, welcome back to another video, and we're back in Hollow Knight, and I decided to get myself up to a good 2,601 Geo, because if you saw the last video, you know that I said, that I would really start I would start grinding for, like, Geo so I could get some stuff to progress. So this episode is going to have 3 main goals and 3 sub goals. Now we'll get to the main goal. I'll tell you the main goals now. My main goals are to one, get to the royal waterways, which can be found in the City of Tears. And my second goal, and I just realized I don't have enough. We can do the second goal right now. My second goal is to get to a bit of the, I forgot the name, the King's Pass. It's up here. Now, this is a bit hard to do. I think you're really supposed to make this when you have the Super Dash ability, but if you time it right, you can just dash right up. And I ate fucking pizza a bit earlier, and now there's grease all over on my fucking keyboard, so that's great. But the King's Pass had a bunch of geo deposits that I did not visit, and that I'm glad I didn't visit, because I have died a little bit of times in this playthrough, so I would have lost all of that. And to get what I'm trying to get, I'm going to have to head all the way back to the beginning of, like, not back to the beginning of platforming, the beginning of the game. Because right here, there's an open hole this way. At first you just think it has a geo deposit, but then you realize the skylight, and after you get the wall jump or double jump, you realize what to do here. You're supposed to wall jump up, and then this is the way to get to the top of the King's Path. Now, since we're now at the top of the King's Path, we can get to my second goal, to my first mini goal. Now the second part's the Howling Cliffs. Anyways, now we can get to my first mini goal, which is actually right here. When you walk in here, you'll find a bench, and in the exact next room, you find this guy, Nail Master Motto. Now for Nail Master Motto, you talk to him, and then you just click yes. There's a few Nail Masters in the game, and for the first one and the second one, you can just do it for free, but in the last one you have to pay your Geo to learn it. Now, from that we have the Cyclone Slash, which is an ability that is not very useful right now, to be honest, but it does have a double hit. You spin around, and it has a double hit property on it, but that's only if you have, but the restrictions for it are very specific. You have to have an enemy that is standing still for long enough for you to fully charge it and use it. Then you have to have them stand still long enough for you to, well, deal 2 hits of damage with it, which is kind of the main priority of the thing. And even after all of that, you still have to go through the pain of slowing down a bit, so you have to be out facing only one enemy, because while this can hit two, you aren't exactly dodging while it's in use because of how much slower you are. It does have a bit of good knockback, but that's all it is, knockback. You have plenty of knockback on yourself when you do literally anything. Now, in case you're wondering, the charm setup that I have on right now, right now I have 2 charms, that being, if I'm able to have a breather. Now I have the Gathering Swan and the Soul Catcher. The reason I have these 2 specific charms is because my main geo-grinding technique is by killing bosses, which the mini-boss that I grind off of, that gives you 45 geo, he requires 5 nail hits and 3 vengeful spirits to kill, at least before you have any upgrades. But because of this, it's just kind of because of this, you have to work on not only getting your, hold on, if this is less than 100, I'll buy it. So, in this direction, yada, 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 yada. Purchase a map of this area from Cornifer. So now I have the map of the Howling Cliffs. That'll fill out when I sit on a bench next time. It's good to kill every single enemy in your way, because they can give you a good amount of geo, but it's not really required. There's plenty of geo deposits here anyways, so. I think the main reason, well, the main thing I'm going to be using the nail arts for is, as you saw in my last video, whenever you not get enough damage on a boss, actually it was my first video, and it was in my Hollow Knight videos beforehand, you would have seen from the Hornet battle and the Hornet battle and the, what's it called? Oh yeah, the False Knight battle, that there's a lot of downtime when you get enough damage off, so I think the main reason that nail arts exist is so, like, for example, you're playing through Hollow Knight, and you accidentally walk into a Hornet boss fight. You don't know what to do, so you just start battling. You end up knocking Hornet once, so, to capitalize on it, if you haven't taken any damage and don't have any soul to heal, or or don't have any soul to heal up with, finally I was able to get that sentence across, then you would use it to deal 2 hits of damage, but honestly, just get I'm trying to get 1 boss in per video, or at least an average of that. Here lies God, the Great Mind. We'll get to God in a bit. Probably, if I reach it. Oh. Huh. If I reach it in, like, episode 5. But, anyways, as you may have seen, I picked up the King's Idol before. Now, what the King's Idol does, exactly, is it's just another artifact that you sell off to get some geo. It's another one of those things that you just sell off at the City of Tears. Now when you drop down here, you get a very familiar intro, except now you can move during it. So, Now, with what I have currently, I can probably, let me see. I'll look at every single thing I have currently. I could probably make a good 1,200 geo off of what I currently have. But I'm not going to head all the way back up to Dirtmouth, take the stag station all the way over to, from Dirtmouth to the City of Tears, sell my artifacts, take the stag station back over so I can buy it. No, I don't want to do that. But anyways, I don't really know what to say right now, and sorry if I'm not saying much. It's just that right now I don't really have anything I can say. Oh wait, I left and rejoined before I started the vid, so I can show you exactly how I did my geo-grinding technique. And I should have taken the stag station. I can just kill the boss once. It'll suffice. So, now what's really interesting about the Black Egg Temple, it's designed in a way that makes you think like, oh, actually, you know what, I'm not going to spoil anything about the final boss, because the main thing about the series is just, this is a game that you should definitely go in blind to. And if I spoil the final boss in the 3rd episode, then that would not be good at all. So, that's 3 of the 5 required hits, and then that kills. I was actually saving learning nail arts for the video, because I'm not doing something that important, and not saving it for the video. I'll skip away things like geo-grinding, but I am not going to skip away getting a main ability. And by the way, I'm just going to say this really quickly. Yeah, this video will have a bit of spoilers in it. I get that every single Hollow Knight video I've done so far has spoilers, even if you just listen to the vocal, to what I'm saying and nothing else. Because if you listen, you hear me say things like, oh, we're going to the City of Tears. Stuff like that before I actually get there. So, now that we have the Lumafly Lantern, my last 2 things that I wanted to do, I'll do. So, now we're going to start off by heading from here to the City of Tears, which for some reason on the map is called the City of Snoreshrooms, but I have a very specific reasoning for this. Now, as you've heard, I've mentioned in a few of my previous videos, upgraded nails and unupgraded nails. Now, I'll get to that in a second. So we're just going to fall down. Oh, I should probably dash to the side. Yep. And now we are back at the beginning of this whole place. I'm doing this for a reason, just trust me on this. But I don't really care about this damage. I should have cared about the damage. I was gonna say because there is a bench right next to me, but that was a room down. Big mistake. Now, a good suggestion when falling down here is continuously down hit at intervals, because like I just did, you're going to hit spikes if you don't do that, or you're going to hit an enemy, but you can bounce off the spikes or bounce off the enemy if you continuously down hit. Also, if you are just going down a path where you won't even find enemies to come across, then that's still really good to avoid the annoying few seconds that get taken up by just you having to wait out everything. And by everything I mean the small time it takes when you're falling. Now, I feel I could easily do a video where I think if I make a second channel, I'd do a video where like it would just be me. Once I get better recording software, it would just be me sitting in the City of Tears, listening to the music and just drowning out everything because of how peaceful City of Tears music can be. Just staying silent while we're listening to the music, but that won't really work in this scenario because of the fact that there's always going to be something over it, like scratching noises. But anyways, we're going to be selling all of our stuff. Wanderer's Journal, yes, selling that. Now, I think this guy actually has the most lines in the entire game. And I'm not saying that as any kind of joke. He says, the line when you're out of relics, the line when you first meet him, over here, I should probably show you here because this is one of the only cutscenes. This is one of the few cutscenes in the game. Chills. Again we meet, little ghost. I'm normally quite perspective. You I underestimated, though. I've since guessed the truth. You've seen beyond this kingdom's bound, your resilience born of two voids. It's no surprise that you've managed to reach the heart of this world. In so doing, you shall know the sacrifice that keeps us standing. If knowing the truth, you'd still attempt a role in hollowness, purification. Seek the graven ash and the mark it would grant on one like you. So, the reason I like that cutscene so much is it just brings in a bit of peacefulness of the area, but also showing that even though the music and everything might seem very peaceful, Hollowness is not a place to stop. It's not a place that you can just go on vacation to. And the symbolism, well, not really symbolism, but just the image of slow rain falling as it's falling onto the masks of the creatures. I'm not going to say their names. And just showing you something about a world that you haven't yet completed yet. And I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, the lore in this game is really deep. I'm not going to explain any of it Not because I don't want to, but because every single lore video is hours long. But here we are. This is the nailsmith. And when talking to him, he's saying, "Oh, I am the nailsmith, and your nail is bad right now. You pay Geo to strengthen your nail, but right now I'll show you something." It says right now that we have a old nail. The old nail is just something there. It's your starting weapon that you use at first. And after saying yes, boom. The Nailmaster, with some hits of his hammer, reforges the nail and hones its edge. And now you have a sharpened nail. Now, I learned this once the nail and let me show you this. The nail upgrades aren't something to scoff at. Now you can one-shot vengeful flies and two-shot beetles. And it's really good. It's basically a requirement if you want to beat the game. And now we just have to head all the way down to do one of our other tasks. Use the simple key on this keyhole, and then this opens. This is just a simple hole you fall down to into the royal waterways. Now I've sort of memorized the path over. You head over here and head straight down, and then you head straight over. Hold on. This is my brother's favorite. Now, my brother just came in one time while I was playing this, and he just heard this. Hold on. It sounds like a Mexican talking. But we're about to get into a boss fight against the mighty Dung Defender. I know saying mighty and his name in the same sentence doesn't exactly sound right, but it's right apparently. It's actually not that hard to take out. Wall jump on the edge when he's doing that. You can just stay close to him and hit Z's to break him, and you can volley him away. Now this move will track you, so once it stops, it's recommended to dash. And now that he's fallen down, soon after I'll jump up. You have to stay careful because whenever he jumps up, he's going to release either a few dung piles of dung, or he's going to release, well, he's always going to do that. He's either going to throw it or blast it up like that. Now right here, just heal up. The trick for when he does that slow move is you have to stay close to him so the balls have a guarantee of not hitting you, but you also have to stay relatively far away so he won't smack you. Now, he's going into a second phase right now. It's kind of annoying because you have to hit him while he's doing that. And as you can see, this fight is not something to scoff at. But it's not that hard either. After you die once, you figure out the whole second phase thing. And that's when you're like, oh, he has a second phase. Where he just continuously spams jumping out of the ground. I guess I'll have to stay far away from him. Now, I wasn't doing a test or anything. I'm just a fucking idiot, even though I've beaten him once before. And when I did that before, I did not have an upgraded nail. And now I do, and I still lost. So these divers are really terrible. They can mess up your entire run because they fly down and can deal 2 massive damage. Now, I'm not aiming to 100% the game or anything like that. I'm just aiming to play the game and beat it. Like hell. Any people who've played Hollow Knight before or have seen a lot of Hollow Knight videos are probably screaming at me because are probably just angered at me because I skipped getting the Hunter's Journal. So, I may have to focus a bit on this boss fight. It's definitely harder than Hornet, but it's not that much harder. Now, a tip for this bit. So now he's knocked. Shoot, I got even less far that time. Now, I don't think I've mentioned this yet, but my mini goal for the under the waterways is just to beat that boss. That's it. I want to beat that boss, and then I'm done with the Royal Waterways for this episode. But I would have one more mini goal. And that I actually need more geo for, but I have plenty in my dead corpse just floating around. What even is a shade? Like, is it your soul? I'm sure it says something about that in the Hunter's Journal, but as you heard, I didn't pick that up. Yeah, these guys are just, they're fucking annoying. Right, forgot it's impossible to heal. You kill them once and then they come back first as something that can fly and then as a rabid dog turn up. And after he turns, you have to kill him. At first he's just a weird ass fucking worm. Then he turns to a flying weird ass fucking worm. Except it's more like a turnip now. And then he turns into a dog. If he pauses, that means he's going to send out the guys. If he doesn't, that means he's just going to pop out and start throwing at you. But if he doesn't pause, you're going to have a bit of more problems than just him not pausing. Because he's going to hop straight out at you. Go up one, and then get this up. Okay. Well, actually, he doesn't fully dive down at all. He just does that annoying dip stuff. Oh shoot! If I got a bit closer, I would have avoided that ball, but then I wouldn't have had time to finish because of something else. You know, maybe I should... Yeah, I don't need the Gathering Swarm anymore. I'll replace it with Fury of the Fallen. So now I'll be able to quickly take him down with the chance to heal him. So I'll get the chance to heal a bit faster. And I am not over-charming myself for that fight. That would mean I would get two-shotted in a fight that's mainly like distance moves. So if I knew how to edit, I'd just continuously edit myself dying until the full clip of me winning. But to be honest, me not being able to edit has turned less to a hindrance on this channel and more of just common knowledge. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised I even have any subscribers. I mean, it's a little kid with an annoying voice making stupid content about random video games and then uploading it to a random YouTube channel where the most views it has on videos are with people that he's not with. Well, except for the 1310 video, but that's for different reasons. And in case you're wondering where that's one of my most popular videos, it's because my brothers are assholes. Also, quick disclaimer, to be honest, I can't translate their language. And based on the context, I don't know what Doma means. Maybe it means shit, something like that. I'll just... Okay. Now, if it's just him bouncing around, to be honest, you can kind of just stand still and continuously up slash. Okay? And honestly, I don't really know what he's fully supposed to be. Like, I think he's supposed to be a luchador mixed with a stag beetle? Or dung beetle, whatever you want to call it. But I know for sure he's some kind of dung beetle. It's just based on the way he's talking and what he's doing in general. Like when he gets to the nuke phase and when you first meet him, he's just doing the classic luchador move of banging your chest. Well, also the gorilla move of banging your chest. But he also kind of sounds like a luchador too. So. Now, I'm surprised I'm able to make it this far while talking. Hold on, I have an itch in my eye. And I just realized something. I would make a terrible speedrunner. But I'm pretty sure everyone would. Or everyone that's not already a speedrunner. And there we go. Now that we've defeated the mighty Dung Defender, we get the Defender's Crest. And you're supposed to... Now, flip this switch, break this wall. And it took me forever to get here originally, but this is like, what, my second hour of playing, and I've already gotten here. Gee, I wonder why. Now we're done in here. Well, almost. There's still one more thing I want to do. I missed it originally. So, I just thought, fuck it, might as well do it. And it's up here. It's kind of a long way back up, but... Now we are in the underground city of Tears. Now that door's unlocked if you go a different way. The big dudes are really tough. They're something I could label as mini bosses because they're some of the only things in the game that do 2 mass damage. Like, not even a lot of normal bosses deal 2 mass damage normally. But, hey, what are you gonna do? And now we have to head back to somewhere else. If we head in here, then we will find a stag station. 300 geo, no problem. And now we've unlocked the underground stag station. And I learned this tip just from watching a video, but it requires the Defender's Crest, and maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, but it's kind of funny, so there's that. Hey, Cecil. Now, a single upgraded nail, even just that, is stupidly OP here. Because you can one-shot almost anything. And now that we have the little fly lantern, we can go over here, insert 50 geo, and now we have made it to the Crystal Peak. Now originally I geo-grinded forever to get the... Now what the Defender's Crest does is it does damage over time if you're standing near something, which can lead to an extremely hilarious exploit. And I'll show you that if I remember the path. Which I think I do. Now, I don't know why, but I can never take these guys down without taking damage. They're like Primal Aspid levels of annoying. And if you've played the game before, and you've seen a Primal Aspid, that means a lot. Now I'm quickly taking a detour for this puzzle, because you can get a grub out of it. Oh, shit, that moves faster than I expected. Oh, I took it out without taking a hit. Now it shows that you're doing passive damage to them with that, but you're really not. Here's Cornifer, and purchase a map of the area. If I'm somehow able to get there without taking any more damage, but I didn't get any soul from that. Ain't that good life advice? You lose a bit of soul if you steal other people's work. And here we'll find the shopkeeper's key. It's used to unlock new items, but we're not going to get to that. I'm at 3 health, so I'm gonna do the exploit. Right here is the Crystal Guardian. Usually, you'd actually fight him fair, but instead, we're going to just gross him out to the point where he doesn't want to fight us, and I'll just kill him with nothing but a stink cloud. It takes a bit to do, but it's kind of worth it. Don't know what I should do in the meantime, though. So, one of the best benefits of running a channel like this is people can't complain like, oh, the content quality was so much better back then. Guess why? Because my content was always shit. So, try and pull that out. Don't know what to do. Yep. See? Now he just jumps off. And we can get the bench. It's a bit funny, but it works. These gates didn't even have to come down. So. Like this. Oh! Now that I finished my mini goal for that area, I could try this. Let's see, I've beaten the Crystal Warrior, taken out the Dung Defender, gotten the nail out. What now? Oh, I know. Can't be mad at anyone but myself for that. But now I'll fall down here. Oh yeah, I have to take the long way around when I do it the first time. Wow. Now if you're wondering why I skipped the boss, it's because it's a boss in Hollow Knight, a game notorious for its difficulty. Kind of like Cuphead, but easier. Should have just cut my losses. I got it. Now I know what I'll do for sure. And I won't get sidetracked this time. I'll just quickly grab my soul and run back up. And then rush back to where I need to go. And where I need to go happens to be all the way back to the first spot. It's kind of cool how they implemented a bit of modern technology into this game where it's normally very old-timey. Like, it makes you feel that it's set in a dystopian type future. Like, it's just that. So how this feels is that. Hold on, I actually have a wonder. Oh. What? By the way, you cannot damage these guys normally. Like, at all, ever. And it's not like there's even a glitch in the game's code, because they have a death animation and everything. Or rather, death texture. But it still counts. Over here again? Oh, this. Not doing that. All you get out of that is a single grub. Now I gotta go all the way back to that. Please tell me there are those enemies that save death after dying. Actually, come to think of it, the only enemies that save death after dying is bosses. And not bosses like the, oh wait, no. The main boss of that is the Fallen Knight, not the False Knight. The False Knight is the mini-boss that you fight twice. Maybe fight him a bit more later on, but I don't know for sure. I'm kind of confused how my videos even end up in people's recommendations. Like, what type of stuff will you have to watch for videos like this to pop up in your recommendations? Oh, fuck, I'm getting really sidetracked on what I have to do. Now, we've already killed 2 bosses this episode. Well, actually, yeah, 2 bosses this episode and learned a nail art. Currently, the most productive episode of Hollow Knight, because we killed 2 bosses, we killed 2 bosses, got 1 nail art, and we unlocked 3 separate areas. But I want to do more than just this. And I just realized I don't have something necessary to do what I wanted to do. Well, I guess that'll be saved for next episode. Next episode, we're going to be doing a few things. Well, in my plan. I don't know how to organize it, but I'll just say it now. We're going to start off by rushing to get an item known as not the Deathling Dive, but the Crystal Hall, which is of course in the Crystal Peak. And then we're going to I'll try to get a double jump. I'm going to try and make episodes as productive as this, because if we're able to average out 1 boss death per episode, which if we killed Hornet in 1 episode, and then we killed 2 bosses in this episode, so. Okay, we don't have this left yet, but we just need 1 more charm. So I'll just buy Steady Body. Good, now we have 1 more charm thing, so we'll buy a charm notch, which I just realized I don't know what to use it for. Oh. I mean, I guess Steady Body, but now there is actually a skip to get halfway in the gate, to just skip half of the game, no joke. But that exploit requires you to do some stuff that I don't want to do. Like, I'll just quickly name off what you have to do. You have to kill yourself and you have to have the ability of double jump, and you have to be next to Salubra when you kill yourself, which, by the way, is impossible. There are 0 flying enemies, so what you have to do is somehow, when you have the double jump and wall jump, you just have to be completely kitted out on stuff, and then after all of this, everything, you would jump up from you would have to drag your shade all the way from, like, basically across the room, until you unlock a certain area change is not possible since there are no flying enemies. So you would have to, technically, you'd have to die at the closest enemy, then continuously bait over your shade, and then after that, you can jump up, double jump, shade bounce, double jump, not double jump, but wall jump, double jump, shade bounce, then your spell to get you over. It's really hard to execute, and I don't want to do it. So, right now we just talked to him, and now he has a lot more stuff, like Sprint Master, and we just got this because why not? And I am going to get Mask Shards. There's a certain reason for it. Boom. I get 1, but then he finds another one out of nowhere. I have to pay a slight bit more for it. I get a 3rd one. And now I'm going to have to get Geogrind to get the last one. But that is okay, because he only sells you 3 Mask Shards. But because I saved a few more grubs, I can head over to Grubfather, who is all the way over here, and he gives us a mask shard. Now I'm going to have to get a bit more geo to complete the mask, but I saved more than one, didn't I? Now there are actually 46 grubs in the game, which is one of the reasons I'm not going to 100% it, because I'm not going to do all of that just to really show what happens then, because I know what happens, but you guys don't. There's a grub right here, save it. Now head back over here, and he should give us one more thing. Should just be Geo though. No. Actually, I may be able to get it on camera. Oh wait, I died. That means the world reset, so I can get Geo a lot easier. Because, now the thing is, there are a few types of enemies. There's ones that reset every single time you leave the room. There's ones that reset every time you sit on a bench. And then there are world reset enemies. World reset enemies only respawn when you either die or leave the game and join back. And it just so happens that the mini boss right here is one of them. Now, as you know, if you saw the first episode, you would know that there is actually a second boss. All the way down here, I skipped him at first because he's not required, and he's actually just as easy to. He's a bit harder to beat than the first one, because his attacks are faster, and he has less NRAG on the weird quad ability. So now that we're at 800, we can head back up to Dirtmouth. And if you're wondering what that clicking is, because you haven't watched the other videos or just forgot, I have dash set to middle mouse. So, oh wait, I keep thinking that click is a form of selection, because that's how it is in most games, but it's a form of exit. Unless you're talking. And now from here, we can head back into Sly's shop and pick up the final mask shard he has in stock. Now when you get 4 mask shards, this happens. You get 1 more health. Oh. Huh. Soul vessels are harder to find, and they're kind of not as good. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here. So bye.